our Dubai desk now, where Munch Innovation, which is a Cape Town-based company that's disrupting plastic pollution globally to make a green impact on their planet, is at. Now, their main product, Munch Bowls, are wholesome, edible, crisp wheat bowls, giving an alternative to single-use plastic bowls used at convenient food outlets as well as at event caterings. My colleague, Ayanda Nyathi, is currently in Dubai and filed this report.
All right, so we're continuing with our coverage here from the Expo 2020 Dubai. We're at the Newzroom Afrika Dubai desk, and we'll continue profiling some of the companies that are here really to represent South Africa in some respect, but also share their story about the contribution they're making in trying to get us to a better place. And by us, of course, I'm referring to the entire world. So it gives me great pleasure to welcome into our studio Georgina de Kock. She's the founder of Munch Innovation. And they've really come up with a creative solution to some of the pollution issues. But I'll let her do the talking as she joins us now on the red desk. And Georgina, it's great to have you on the program. Thanks so much for coming through.
Thank you for the opportunity.
So often people have great meals such that they even want to eat the plate. You're making it possible in some instance with this particular innovation. Get us a sense of where the idea comes from, but more importantly, the problem you're trying to solve.
Well, let's start where this actually started, because I really always complained about plastic pollution and, I mean, look at the world outside. I mean, if we carry on living like this and all the single-use plastics, it's really quite horrendous to think what is going to happen if we keep on living like this. So because of this, someone actually challenged me and said to me, listen, I mean, you're always complaining, do something about it.
Right.
And, come up with some eco-friendly alternative. So I thought, well, if you can put food on a biscuit, snack foods, make a biscuit bowl. It holds more food. So that's really when my journey started.
Sure. And it's a Cape Town-based company, now receiving a lot of attention on the world stage in some instance. We'll speak about that in just a moment. Get us into what ingredients, for lack of a better term, are used to actually make this bowl, and what that means for the kind of food that it can carry.
Well, when I started experimenting with this recipe, I wanted to make it wholesome. I wanted to make it healthy because it's no use taking care of the environment and you want to make it edible.
Right.
And it's not a good product for human consumption. So then I really sourced products. I really sort of went for stone ground unbleached flour, which we are using. We've got a lot of bran in this as well, which is good for everyone. Okay. And no nasty chemicals.
Nice.
We haven't used anything like that. So it serves the consumer as well as the environment.
Absolutely. And how tasty is it, though? Because, I mean, I can imagine we can put all kinds of foods on there, desserts in some instances. You wouldn't want to get through a great meal and only get to the bowl where there's some kind of anticlimactic experience, for lack of a better term.
Well, we got the plain and the sweet one.
Okay.
The plain bowl, we don't want to flavor it too much, and we don't want to put too much salt in. We want to keep it healthy as possible. And we're not competing with the food that is going into the bowl. You think of a taco, you think of a wrap, something like that. So what's inside your bowl, that's really what makes it taste. So it actually absorbs some of the flavor that you've got in the plate. And I eat the, like the biscuit, I sort of eat the bowl as I go along with my food. So it's actually quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's an experience, right? I can imagine something like ice cream. You can actually use the bowl to scoop some of it up and consume the ice cream with it.
Yeah.
I'm a slow eater, though. I'll be very frank about that. Did you have me in mind? I mean, I really take my time with some of my food. It speaks to durability. How long does the bowl last when there's food on it?
This was so fantastic. When I developed this product, I was so amazed when I did a lot of expos, and then you dish up the soup to show the people, it actually does hold soup.
Yeah.
And at the end of the show, I mean, you forget because you speak to people, and then you find that 3 hours later, 4 hours later, the bowl is still fine. Sure. It's not even wet at the bottom, It starts getting a little bit flexible, but I can say safely, at least 3 hours, you can actually put hot soup in that.
Wow, that's actually a really long time.
Yeah.
Even for slow eaters like me, 3 hours is a lifetime actually.
You're going to take that long.
Thanks very much for that. Let's speak about perhaps what's really at the heart of this innovation, and that's to solve the plastic pollution problem in our world. I mean, how far does an innovation like this go, do you think, in trying to at least claw back at some of the, let's call it actually wasteful consumption of plastic that we have across societies?
Well, I mean, this is becoming a huge problem now, and most countries, fortunately, are now also banning single-use plastics. I mean, like your single-use plastic bowls, your single-use plastic spoons and forks. So this has really come at the right time, and we need to do something about eliminating our plastic consumption, single-use plastics consumption especially. So I think this is now where this product really comes in.
And given the scale of the problem, how is this product being received? I know you've had moments, you've won the top innovation award, I think, out of 90 countries in China. That was in 2014.
China.
Yeah. There's been some recognition from Expo Live 2020. How are people who are really into innovation and are looking to find companies like yours receiving this product?
Well, you know, like any new product, it takes a lot of effort, and a lot of people need to get used to that. Now, the funny thing is, a child or youngsters, they will just feel the product and they will just start eating it, you know, like it's a taco or something like that. But grown-ups are, I don't know, you know, they take a little bit more time. They want to, can I really eat this product?
Can I really eat it? Eating it? If anything, you're always scolding children not to eat their plates, and now there's an opportunity to actually eat it.
But you look at an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, everyone eats the ice cream cone. They love it. And if you really think about it, if ice cream cones were plastic cones, can you imagine the waste that would have been? I mean, we eat. Look at Dubai, for instance. I mean, gosh, it's a hot place. You know, everyone loves ice cream cones. So that's a lot of waste that has been saved because of ice cream cones. And I'd like to think of my bowl as the next ice cream cone.
Sure.
So people just need to get used to the idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What happens next after this? I mean, we're now at the Dubai Expo 2020. Get us a sense of where you're going to be stationed, and I guess the kind of participation you're going to have at this expo, and more importantly, what you hope to take out of this experience.
Well, I'm going to do TED Talk at Expo. The stadium, they're a good place to be. You know, there's a lot of innovators that they will actually get at the hub. And what I'm hoping to get out is people to say, well, you know, we'd like to invest in this product. I would like to actually also find people to, you know, say, well, we'd like to be distributors of this product, and just go with us, believe in our vision to disrupt single-use plastics, because that is a huge problem. You know, I mean, if you think about it, 10, 20, 50 years from now, what do you think the planet's going to look like if we keep on like this? I mean, tons and tons going into the ocean, and look at our dump yards. So what I'm hoping to take out is to make people more conscious and say, well, let us just think twice before we have plastic straws, plastic cups, plastic like the bowl. You know, I mean, there's so many ways that we can say, just let's eliminate our plastic waste.
Without a doubt. A big part of our involvement here at Expo is about profiling companies like yours, establishments that come from Africa, from South Africa in particular. I've already mentioned that you're a Cape Town-based company. I mean, as far as innovation and problem solving, what kind of offering do you think South Africa in particular has to make at global stages like this one, given your experience at least?
What offering they need to make?
What offering what do you think we have to offer when it comes to innovation like this? I mean, is South Africa really, at least in your space, a good place to look when you're trying to find these kind of solutions?
Well, you know, what we'd really like to do is, you know, to make it a product that you can add more to this. And I would really, because we are ready to do edible spoons and edible mugs, because we have many requests for that. But that takes a lot of money. You know, you've got to innovate. And innovation
Right.
is costly.
Yeah.
So we'd like that support. That's really what we would appreciate.
Absolutely. Well, I've never come across anything like this. I can't wait to have my next meal in this bowl itself. So I look forward to it, especially because I take my time with my meals. But thank you so much for coming through and sharing your story with us. Really do appreciate it, and are certainly proud to be able to showcase companies like yours that come from where we come from. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much.
It's been lovely chatting to you. Georgina de Kock, the founder of Innovation Munch, joining us here at Expo 2020 Dubai.